Hello, welcome back to Toadstool Tarot. I'm excited to share something with you today that I only recently saw reviewed in a video from a few years ago on the channel of Sacred Seed. And this is the Navigators Tarot of the Mystic Sea. I had never heard of this before. It's by U.S. Game Systems, and it came out apparently originally in 1997. And I looked online, and I saw on Amazon a wide range of prices. I saw a couple of copies for $12 and something, and others going for hundreds. So I don't know what the story is on this deck, but I liked what I saw in her walkthrough, and she actually trimmed her deck, and I was enticed to do the same because the images were so much better in a borderless, labelless edition. I'm not much of a deck modifier. I've only done it once before, but it turned out okay. The problem was that I modified a Thoth deck that had keywords on it and labels, and I wasn't familiar enough with the deck such that now that it's trimmed, it's a little more difficult for me to identify each card. But, you know, that deck is readily available and identifiable with the aid of Google or a guidebook or a second copy of the deck. But anyway, I felt the same way about this one, and since I found the price pretty low, I thought, well, why not buy 2 copies, and then I can keep one intact and resell it later if I don't want it, and meanwhile I can trim the deck that I have if I want and see how I feel about the 2. So the images are very brightly colored, very colorful, and very surreal. The system, let's see, is a little bit different. It says that Navigators Tarot of the Mystic Sea is based on the traditional Golden Dawn foundation of the Hermetic Kabbalah. The glyph representing the Kabbalah, which is a system enabling us to understand our inner energies, is known as the Tree of Life. The illustration on the back of this deck displays this glyph, upon which are 10 spheres or sephiroth of different colors. And then it goes on into that. There's a little white book that comes with it. Comes with an ID card and another little card with a poem on it about the navigator. And these are the backs of the cards. So you can see the Tree of Life. They are bordered, so you can see readily these could be trimmed. However, this is my dilemma. They have keywords on the top, and I don't usually like keywords. But my dilemma is I could take the tops off and the sides and the bottoms, because they also have little copyrights under this bottom line. But then I would have a white border on the bottom, a strip along the bottom. And if I take the labels off and just have the images, I don't really know the cards well enough to identify them. Also, if I take off just, below that line, we've got these 2 awkward diagonal black lines here below the label identifier. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to proceed, but for now I'll just walk you through the cards, and I'll figure out later what I want to do. So that's the Fool. This one is the Fool keyword is emanation. I'll give you the keywords whether you want them or not, just to have them. The second one should be the Magician. They call it the Magian. I thought maybe that was a typo, but I looked it up online, and that there is a spelling that coincides with that. The key word on that is encapsulation. Then we have the Archpriestess instead of the High Priestess with dissolution. The Empress, conception. The Emperor, propulsion. Actually, how I discovered this video, I had recently put out there a hashtag challenge called Major Faves, and several people had responded to it, and one of them called to my attention that somebody else had done the same idea under a different name a few years ago, several years ago. They didn't call it Major Faves, but it was the same idea, your favorite card of each of the 22 majors from various decks. So I went to look through that previous challenge, and one of the ones I found was Sacred Seed, and when she listed this as her favorite Empress card, I went and I sought out a walkthrough because I thought it was a stunning card, and that's the backstory on how I discovered this deck. So Emperor is propulsion. Hierophant, intuition. Lovers, discrimination. Chariot, conclusion. See, some of them I can figure out. I mean, that one had a chariot in it, actually. This one is strength, omnipotence. Okay, it's got a lion, so I could probably figure that out. But I wouldn't say they're all readily identifiable. Hermit, exaltation. These are very elaborate cards, very colorful. Some might even say busy. Fortune, rotation. Destiny, equilibration. Suspension, inversion. The majors aren't numbered, so there again you have to kind of figure out what they are. This one's obvious. Death, transformation. Here's one. Art, verification, which would be temperance, I guess. Devil, subjugation. Tower, attention. Star, revelation. See, these are not the key words I would choose, but I haven't looked at the images closely enough to see if I can see that in the cards. Moon, gratification. Sun, organization. Eon, realization. And universe, consecration. So those are the majors. Then we go into the minors, and they read down in reverse the way they were ordered in the box. King of Swords, purification. They did stick with the minor arcana designations, which is nice. Queen of Swords, subversion. Knight of Swords, penetration. Page of Swords, decomposition. Ten of Swords, destitution. Nine of Swords, desperation. Eight of Swords, curtailment. Seven of Swords, ambivalence. Six of Swords, ascendancy. Five of Swords, destruction. Four of Swords, recuperation. Three of Swords, desolation. Two of Swords, concurrence. Ace of Swords, respiration. King of Wands, restriction. Queen of Wands, regeneration. Knight of Wands, affiliation. Page of Wands, equivocation. Ten of Wands, oppression. Nine of Wands, intensity. Eight of Wands, velocity. Seven of Wands, fortitude. Six of Wands, triumph. Five of Wands, contention. Four of Wands, delight. Three of Wands, cohesion. Two of Wands, dominion. Ace of Wands, stimulation. King of Cups, transition. Queen of Cups, fascination. Knight of Cups, conviction. Page of Cups, reduction. Ten of Cups, accomplishment. Nine of Cups, satiety. Eight of Cups, seclusion. Seven of Cups, delusion. Six of Cups, felicity. Five of Cups, dissipation. Four of Cups, discontent. Three of Cups, abundance. Two of Cups, harmony. Ace of Cups, immersion. King of Pentacles, motivation. Queen of Pentacles, persuasion. Knight of Pentacles, evolution. Page of Pentacles, reservation. Ten of Pentacles, affluence. Nine of Pentacles, acquisition. Eight of Pentacles, economy. Oops. Seven of Pentacles, variance. Dropped one. Six of Pentacles, compensation. Five of Pentacles, adversity. Four of Pentacles, authority. Three of Pentacles Foundation, Two of Pentacles Permutation, and Ace of Pentacles Generation. So, I'm curious as to what you think of this, or what you think in general about deck modifying, what you think about keywords on cards. Not sure whether this is something I particularly want or need. I do have the little white book. Now, the little white book is not illustrated, but it does have the key words for all the cards for me to refer to if I need them. So, yeah, I might have to live with this a couple of days and see whether it's helpful to keep the borders on here. When she trimmed her copy, it was stunning. Stunning artwork. Now, some people would have trouble with them because it makes for smaller cards. This is a regular size tarot deck from US Game Systems. And so, cutting off the borders would make it, depending on whether I leave the bottom label on, it'd be a small tarot card, or if I cut them both off, they'd be about the size of a playing card, which I don't mind. I don't have issues with small cards. In fact, I kind of prefer them to the larger cards. So that's not an issue for me. It would be nice to get rid of the copyright and the keywords and the white borders, and have the colors really come alive, because I think that the white borders sort of dilutes the effect of those images. But I may do another video and either attach it to this one or upload it separately to show you, if I have modified this, what the different version looks like. So until then, that is the Navigators Tarot of the Mystic Sea. And if this interests you, I would jump on it, because like I said, the prices are all over the map. I'm not sure what the deal is on this, whether it was republished. I think the date on it, listed online, said 1997. The little white book says copyright 97, but I saw somewhere, I think I saw two listings on Amazon, and one of them said 2013 and another said 2017. So I really have no idea what the backstory is on this deck. Perhaps you know more. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed that. These were printed in Switzerland, it says. US Game Systems, Stamford, Connecticut. Yeah, I think they're interesting cards, interesting images.